Ladies and gentlemen, it's a very critical time in the crypto world. We've recently seen prices retrace pretty heavily, maybe a little bit of a rebound, maybe the final capitulation. But I'm going to be going through some different coins, a little tier list ranking coins that I think can do a 500x, a 100x, a 50x, a 10x, and a 5x. Now, based on the recent retracements, I'm not even sure I'll have any coins in the 5x tier outside of really high market cap coins. Most of these coins, there's some coins that are like 2 million, but most of them are mid to high market cap in terms of the around 10 coins I'm going to be doing here today. So the first one, it is NASDAQ 420. If you don't know, NASDAQ 420 is a beta meme to SPX 6900. I would say it's the main one. Other people might say MicroStrategy 2100 is. This is a coin that was performing very well. It ended up reaching around 15 million in terms of market cap. It's retraced back down to around 2.5 million or 2.2 million. I'm very bullish on this coin. I think it's going to do very well. If you guys think SPX is potentially going to go to 30 or 40 billion, which I think most of us do, then yeah, this coin could potentially do even better based on its minimal market cap. It does have a good community right now, sitting in between, a coin that's ranged all the way up to 15 million, relatively new, but not too new. I think this coin should do extremely, extremely well. And in the past 7 days, you can see it's just a complete linear action in between about 2.2 to 2.8 million dollars. And really doesn't surprise me in terms of that within the past month. You can see, yes, it's retraced significantly. There's been a lot of money sucked out of the market recently. But I would say, this seems like an amazing investment opportunity, not financial advice. But this coin, let's be honest, we're probably looking at, it wouldn't shock me if this coin reached a billion, especially if SPX was at 30 or 40 billion. But even if it goes to like 500 million, 200 million is basically your 100x or around 100x. And so if it goes to 500 million, maybe like a 300x, 400x, depending. But I think NASDAQ 420 is going to do very well. Next, we do have Dogecoin. I guess I should refresh this to make sure. Yeah, Dogecoin right now around 25 cents. So looking at the price history on Doge, it was stagnant around 9 or 10 cents. It had its massive run to around 42 or 43 cents. Now it's back down to 25 cents. Doge will have another huge run. Obviously, in terms of market cap, it is a crazy high, 38 billion, but it is still the king of meme coins. That doesn't necessarily mean to invest into it unless you want maybe a safer option. It's top 10 in terms of market cap out of all cryptos. And again, it is the king of meme coins. Whether or not something will usurp it, it's probably unlikely. But with Doge, I would say a standard $2 prediction is still what I would go with. Maybe 150, 175, something along those lines. So possibly I think Doge could do around an 8x, maybe a 10x at the absolute best, somewhere in between 5 and 10x, but I would say a 10x in a bullish scenario. Shiba Inu, I would say basically the exact same thing as Doge. You look at Shiba, I guess we'll go the past year, and we'll go by market cap. So Shiba did hit around 17, 18 million. It's back down around 9.5 billion, or excuse me, 17, 18 billion. It's back down to around 9.5 billion. So yeah, with Shiba, I would say maybe, because what was it? Its all-time high is 44 billion, I think. Yeah, its all-time high was around 44 billion. I would probably say 60 or 70 billion, maybe around a 10x. The problem is it's just higher in terms of market cap. The next one is Wojak. I really liked this coin for a while. I don't own any of it right now, just because you think Wojak is like one of the main memes in the ecosystem with all of the videos, millions of views on YouTube. The coin hasn't done as well as I thought it would do. Like, Wojak was one of those to where I wouldn't have been surprised if it would have made a run to like 1.5 billion. We've seen so many coins. Fartcoin, SPX, MOG, all of them get over a billion. This coin has not been able to do it. This seems like a pretty good buying opportunity if you believe in this coin. Right now it's at 33 million. Its high, at least this cycle so far, has been 126 million. So that in and of itself is like a 4.5x right there. But I think you're probably looking at, it wouldn't surprise me at all, a billion, 1.5 billion. So if it does that, you are looking at like a 25x around there. I would say anywhere from like a 25 to a 50x for Wojak. Next, we've got NPC. So NPC is kind of an interesting one. It had a huge run. If you look at this and you compare where its market cap was, under 10 million, It reached all the way almost half a billion. It's sitting at 90 million right now. I would say its cycle high is probably going to be anywhere from $5 to $10 billion for NPC coin. You could argue, well, this is a very good retracement in terms of investing right now. I'm just not sure if it's a true stable, like staple meme of the cycle. I mean, it certainly has had an amazing run, and the retracement is not surprising. I mean, every coin has retraced significantly. I mean, you could say, well, this is bearish because it broke this low. I mean, there's been a few coins that have done that. I don't know. I would say anywhere from like similar range to Wojak in terms of that. SPX 6900, obviously the crazy run it had, just remarkable. What did it go to? Around 1.5 billion. You can see it's retraced down under a billion right now, sitting at under 700 million. So I would look for around 30 or 40 billion for SPX. So for that, you're talking about like around a 50 to 55x for SPX 6900. I would say if you're looking for a more normie coin, SPX 6900, I think would be the play because it's on huge exchanges. It's on Kraken. I think, you can probably get it with Coinbase. I don't know if it's officially on Coinbase yet. Someone was telling me it was not. But it is on, they have it bridged with Solana. It's easy. It's very easy to access. And so, yeah, I think SPX is going to do very well. We know about all of the influencers shilling it. So I would say at this point, it wouldn't shock me if it did 100x from here because 100x would still only be like 70. I mean, 70 billion is a lot. Don't get me wrong. But Doge is obviously going to do way better than 70 billion. But I would say anywhere from like probably like a 70x, somewhere around there. Next, we've got Bonk. So taking a look at Bonk, it's another real mainstream coin. And it's had a pretty healthy retracement. It was around 4 billion. It's back to around 3.5, or excuse me, 1.3 billion. Yeah, I mean, Bonk, I think you're looking at around 20 billion, maybe 30 billion. I don't think it's going to, I think SPX is a better investment right now. I would say around a 20x for Bonk, so something like this, maybe on the higher end, certainly better than Doge and Shiba based on its market cap. Next, we've got MAGA. So this was the main Trump meme. Unfortunately, Trump released his own meme coin, which destroyed this coin. I'm not sure this has any chance of coming back or reviving. I mean, it literally has just bled out. Because if you look at this little run it had, this was in preparation of Trump coming back in with the inauguration. So that happens, and well, actually, Trump releases his coin like 2 days before he gets inaugurated, or like 2.5 days, the Friday night, and then he gets inaugurated on Monday. But this coin's under 20 million. But I don't know, man. I would not be interested in buying it. You're trying to catch a falling knife at this point. And again, the problem is, I mean, you would think Trump is so huge to where even though he has his own coin, he would, other Trump coins would be able to do well. And this is the main one. I mean, if you guys remember, this went to like 700 million. Yeah, there it is right there, 756 million. It's hard to say to buy it. It's hard with this coin. It is because the problem is the official Trump coin. That's the problem. And it's on Solana too. This one's on Ethereum. You could argue, well, this is the main Trump coin on Ethereum. I don't know. I think it'll get revived. I do. I think it will get revived. I don't think I'd say it's going to do a 50x though. I just can't say that. Next we've got PEPE. So PEPE up to around 4 billion at this point. PEPE reached over 10 billion. I still think PEPE is a good investment. There were some jokes about PEPE, like what even is the PEPE community? Like it just seems like, I mean, obviously it's a huge meme, but I don't know, $4 billion is pretty crazy, and it reached 10 billion. But originally I thought PEPE was going to hit 80 billion. I don't know about that anymore with its recent retracement. I mean, where did it retrace here? Okay, it was under 4 billion here. Yeah, I would say it has another run to 20 or 30 billion at least. I think it'll do better than Doge and Shiba. Probably. I shouldn't say for sure, but probably. So I'd put it like right there. Next, you've got MOG. This is the final coin I'm going to be looking at. I really do like MOG. Very similar with SPX. If I were to give you guys two normie coins, which is what a lot of these coins are, because they're higher cap, MOG and SPX I think are going to do very well, even though they're already really high. You're probably not going to get 100x out of either of them. Although with MOG, who knows? I mean, MOG could go to 40 billion. That's I believe it's over 100x. Yeah, because of that 327 million. If it gets to a billion, that's a 3x right there. And then you get to 30 billion, that's another, it would be over 100x. So this coin could 100x, honestly, even from 300 million. Because imagine it goes to 30 billion. And it's had a crazy retracement. I mean, just look at this. I mean, you could say this is bearish, but I don't think it broke its low. Its low in September was 272 million. I mean, I think this is a great buying opportunity. MOG to me is going to do very well. I think MOG and SPX are they're two heavy weights. I would argue maybe even MOG could be a better investment. Both of these could do 100x's, honestly. Wojak could also do 100x when you look at it. So it could be something like that, honestly. I mean, NASDAQ, when you look at this, people would say, well, buy NASDAQ. Well, it's a lot more risky. It's a lot more risky. It depends on how risk averse you're willing to be. So, it's at 2.2 million. It's more risky. Doge, I think a good target is $2. Shiba Inu, maybe 80 billion. I don't know, man. It's hard with Shiba. It's like, I feel like there's too much. I mean, I think it's probably going to reach an all-time high, but I don't know for sure. I would stay away from Shiba. I'd stay away from Doge and Shiba. They're just too high in market cap. Wojak, it's really hard to say, although based off of its price history, I think MOG and SPX are better investments, honestly, even though it's much lower in market cap, and the meme is huge. If you believe in the meme, and maybe it just goes crazy, we don't know. NPC has had a crazy run, there's no doubt about it. It's a good buying opportunity with where it's priced right now. It's hard for me to say it's going to go to 10 billion. I mean, it might. SPX, again, I think is going to do just crazy. You're talking about 30 or 40 billion at least. And if it does that, I mean, it's the same thing with MOG, but SPX will probably do better than MOG, considering it's already double the market cap of MOG. Yeah, I think SPX will do better than it. I mean, it could go to 50 or 60. I mean, just imagine this. SPX goes to $50 or $60. I think NASDAQ would at least go to like 500 million, honestly, if it does that. And NASDAQ's still relatively new. So that's just a little tier list ranking on some meme coins. That's going to do it for this video, guys.